Hello friends, and welcome to another Craft With Me Live December Daily Edition for Patreon. We're going to wait here for just a second for everything to click on over, and then we'll get to work. Actually, drink some of my coffee while I wait for this. Here, just a second. There we go. Turn that on mute. Hi, happy Wednesday, friends. We are just a couple more days to Christmas, which is pretty darn crazy. Hope that your week is going well and that you're feeling excited for the weekend ahead. Today, I'm going to be putting together 3 different stories. So story number 18, 19, and 20. And then I have 21 stories. So the story for today is already set up and ready to go for tomorrow. And then after that, we'll take a break until Monday of next week, where we'll finish up the album between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. So very excited to be so close to the end of this project. All right, so I don't have much. I don't think I have anything really to say here before we switch over to desk view. So why don't we just go ahead and get that going? It is a sunny day here in Michigan. Again, we've had 2 sunny days in a row. It's super nice. Makes it feel really warm inside of the house, and that's awesome. But we've got snow coming, and a lot of snow coming. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting. All right, so let's go ahead, turn everything to desk view, and we're going to get going. Hi, everyone. Hi, Susan and Sam and Mallory. Hope you're all doing well today. All right, here we go. Let me do that. I'm going to plug my phone in so that we're set here as well. Sorry for the shaking. Oh, catching on it. There we go. Okay, and now we're set. So, I think we shouldn't be too shaky anymore. Okay, we should be all set now. Okay, so a couple things. Okay, good. We are still damp in there. I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to bring this back out in a little bit. This is my daily planner, just to show you how this is going to fit into one of the stories we're putting together today. But I am still in the process of using it, and I'll explain more on that, but I'm going to put that over there for now. So let's just jump right in to story number 18. So this one, I am going to be documenting kind of sorta a 2-in-1 type of story. So over the weekend on Saturday, I hosted the last Saturday Zoom event for my Tier 2 Patreon. So next year in 2023, I'm just going to be doing a Friday evening Zoom event and not a Saturday daytime one, just so, you know, we have more time on the weekends to spend with family. So this past Saturday was the last one that I hosted, and it was our annual wrapping party. Now I say that, you know, next year I will probably not do, a, when I say like a planned, scheduled every month or a monthly Saturday Zoom, if that makes sense. But there will probably still be some here and there throughout the year. For example, I will definitely still be doing a wrapping party on a weekend day next year, because it gives me encouragement to wrap my presents, and it's fun to do so with other people who are doing the same thing at the same time. So I'll probably always do that. So today, my story is about the Zoom wrapping party. And I had printed out pictures of the folks that I got pictures of as we were wrapping, and, you know, we took a screenshot. So I have some pictures of, I just took that picture of the Zoom and I broke it down so everybody is in a 2x2 photo. And that's going to be the photo that will tell this story. Now, the foundation for it, I'm actually pulling inspiration from a layout that I created a couple years back. This was a layout that I made for an event back when Tashi and I were working together more closely. And we had done, what do I want to call it? It was a raffle. We did a raffle for donation money that went to Lizzie from Dear Lizzie after her husband died unexpectedly. So we had 2 people who purchased who raffled for our hour-long Craft With Us session. And those 2 people, I am so pleased to say that all these years later have become really good friends. So Tammy, who is part of our group, and Beth, who is part of our group, were the 2 individuals that purchased this hour-long time with Tashi and I. Now, about, I want to say about 15 minutes, maybe it was a half an hour. It was like 15 to 30 minutes before the live happened. Tashi contacted me and said, oh, hey, as part of our raffle, I told them that, we would create a layout that we design. Can you design a layout for us to make? And our live was, like a half an hour later. So I scrambled to come up with this idea, and this is what we made during that time. So we did the Zoom title here on a 2x2 page protector. So if I turn this around, you can see there's the 2x2s. Then I took 4 different pattern papers to create flip-ups that would underneath house, in this case, it was supposed to be a T for Tashi, a photo for Tashi, and then a little bit of journaling on the top. And then this would have been, for me, this one would have been for Beth, and then this one would have been for Tammy. But I never actually used this page. It has sat in my stash for this would have been in 2020, so 2 years. It's been sitting in there unused. So I was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to use today for my story. But then I want to use the pattern papers on the top part of the flip here, just so I've got some of the samples of the papers that I used this year. And I don't necessarily like the combination of these colors and patterns with these colors and patterns. So I'm going to essentially disassemble this whole thing and recreate it with papers that I like. So I pulled out these papers to use instead. So they're a little bit more colorful. They're not just, black and red. I wanted to have some green in there too, and some pink. So you're going to find out how to make a page like this if you like, is essentially what we're doing. So long story, just to say that I was going to finally use this and then ultimately decided I don't really like all of it. So we're going to recreate it in a way that I do like. So here's what I'm going to do to make this. I still need the 2x2 page protector, so we're going to keep that out here. And then this word Zoom, I'm not going to keep because I don't like the colors or the font as much this time around, and so I'm just not going to use that. What I do need is I think I'll take off this. So to make this, what we need to do is we need to cut out 4 rectangles out of the pattern paper. So we're going to measure this because I don't remember. It's more than just, I don't know if you're a flat 4 inches. Maybe you are. Where's my metal ruler? I like that one so much better. Here we go. Okay, so it is, okay, 4 inches by 2 inches. So we need 4 inches by 2 inches of each pattern I want to use. Okay. So, I know, I love that Michaela's in this photo, Deb. It's so cute. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to cut this into a 2-inch, right? So I'll keep that for who knows what, some other thing sometime, by 4-inch. I chose this paper because it has some of those lighter pink tones that are in the plaid that I picked this year. A lot of my papers actually have some pink in them. So I've got the plaid. I've got this, it's really cute. It's a nutcracker paper. So this one right here, and I'd already trimmed these down, but I kept an extra piece in case I ruin it somehow. So the nutcracker paper also has a little bit of pink in it, and so does the Santas that I got this year. It's a pink background with the red and pink Santas on top. So I chose this one specifically because it had the pink floral in it. So that's going to help tie in some of those pink colors. So that's that one. Then I'm going to do this one. So 2 inches by 4 inches. This is going to bring in more of that green that I was missing before. And then this is actually the box from last year that the products all shipped in, and I just cut the box down into usable pieces. Some of it you're going to see here in a little bit for actually story 19, but this one I just want a piece for, it's a little bit thicker because it's cardstock and not pattern paper, but it's going to be fine. So I think this one I want some of that blue. I think I want some of that gold. So let's see if this gets me. And I want the red. So I think that'll be good. Okay. And then to have a different texture and to help ground all of these, because this is all pretty darn busy, right? I want some of this craft paper that also has a bit of, I think what I'll do is, that's 4. Anyway, it has a bit of gold foil on it. That's what the word I'm looking for here. Okay, so I'm just cutting a chunk out of that so I can preserve as much of it as possible. Okay, so there are my 4 patterns that I am changing to. The other thing I'm going to need will be a couple of hinges. So for those, let me get some paper. I want your sticker paper. Here we go. I'm like, I want some, no, you won't work. Just throw you away. Here we go. I'm like, I want some thin paper to use. Okay, so to make the hinges, I'm going to need 8 total. So we're going to do this behind 8 photos. So I want these to be not the full 2 inches. I'm going to make them 1.75 by 1.75. So just a couple of squares. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Okay. And then we'll make these, cut them again. Maybe I'll make them a little bit longer, so 2 inches. So 1.75 by 2, just for the extra room. Once I have that done, I'm then going to fold all of them in half. So, bone folder. Again, I can never find these tools. There you are. Okay, so I'm just going to bone fold them in half. These are going to be my hinges. And the thing is because these are going onto 2x2s, they need to, each 2x2 photo needs to have its own hinge. Oh, I only cut 4. You guys probably already told me that. You need more. Okay, there's 4. Let me do 4 more. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, this one. So this paper is from Target. Actually, I got them all from Target, and they were all, I really debated getting the, what's it called? Sugar paper. sugar, whatever their like really nice brand of wrapping paper is. I really debated getting some of those because I love them. The quality is just like top notch. But it was $6 for a roll of paper, and I knew I was going to need 4. So that would have been $24 for wrapping paper. And that's not even including tape and, you know, like sticker labels to identify whose present it is. And it doesn't include any of that. So $24. Or I could get just their regular brand, the, what is it called? Workshop, I think. I wonder if it says it on here. No. It doesn't say it. But the, you know, it's plain old Target brand one. And those were $3 a roll. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Because I don't need to spend all that money on fancy wrapping paper this year. We had a pretty, I wouldn't say we had a tight budget, but this year is the first year in a long time that we've actually created a budget for our Christmas shopping and, you know, tried really hard to stick to that. So that, you know, affected my decision making for what paper I was going to get. Okay, so here is the order I'm going to go in for these. We're going to come back later and I'm going to tear off the pieces that are on the front because I'm actually just going to reuse all of them. They're cute enough, I might as well. I don't want to get rid of those. And then we can go ahead and start getting this into the pockets. So what I'm going to do is take each of these hinges and we're going to attach them to the photos, the backs of the photos. So starting with this picture, I'm just kind of folding it so I can get the top of the 2x2 all the way up into that crease. And then I'm going to press it down. And then after it's pressed down, we're going to stick it into this pocket. Now the thing is that I'm actually going to cut this whole thing down. I don't want the 12 pockets, I just want 8. And then I am planning to adhere the 8 onto this card. So I'm going to stitch this card with my journaling onto it, and then the flip ups will be here. So that means that I can remove this last row of 2x2s. We can just go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave the hole punched part because that'll give me a little extra room to stitch the pieces together. Okay, there's that. All right, so then I'm going to put the pictures down in once I get the hinges applied to the top part. Once everything is assembled, you are able to pull these back out. So they're not like stuck in the page once they're in the page. But they all, you know, kind of go in together. Hold on. The 2 of them will go in at the same time. You know, we'll pull out, it'll go in, and that'll make more sense here in a minute. Okay. That should be better. Yes. Okay, so there's 2. And then the next 2. I think I should probably put myself at the top. I think that would make sense. But it's a fun way to document those Zoom calls. So if you end up doing any kind of Christmas Zoom type thing, you know, keep this one in mind. I'm so bummed. This darn snowstorm that is on its way to us is not relenting. You know, I'm trying to keep my eye on the weather to see, will the storm actually come? And because a lot of times they get the weather wrong, and so far it's still on its way here. So bummed. Which means that our Christmas party that we host will most likely be virtual again this year. Boo. The bright side to that is I won't have to cook for, you know, like 30 people. So that's good. That's kind of nice. It will, you know, but I would rather cook for 30 people and have everyone here and have a good time instead of going virtual. It's not as fun virtual. Anyway, all right, let's see what you guys are all up to. Ooh, Sam, you finished something. You finished December Daily 2021 yesterday and started planning this year's pages. Oh, congrats on finishing last year's. That's amazing. That has to feel really good to have that one done. And so fun to have worked on it throughout December this year and reminisce over all the memories while making new ones at the same time. That's really cool. Hi, Risa. I see you popped in. How are things going down your way? How's this month been for you? I feel like it's been forever. Sugar Paper. Thank you, Tammy. And Wonder Shop is the Christmas brand. Yes. You want to know something crazy? So, yeah, full price is a lot. I need to go. I need to remember that because even now, so we just took the kids yesterday to Target. Every year we pick out ornaments for each of our family members. We usually go up to Bronner's, which is Frankenmuth, and we haven't done it. Aaron's like, maybe we can go, you know, like this one of these weeknights. I'm like, all right, we could try, you know, but that's like, that is quite the hike. So we'll see. Maybe we'll still manage to go up, but at this point, I doubt it. So anyway, we always pick out ornaments. This year, I'm like, let's just go to Target, pick them out there. We went yesterday for a couple reasons. I wanted to take the kids on a drive around the town to go see the Christmas lights. It's another thing that we always do every year. It's something that we all enjoy, but usually something that I have to initiate or else it doesn't happen. And even when I do initiate, there's a lot of grumbling over it because, you know, they'd all rather be at home playing video games. But I was like, no, let's do it. Let's go out to eat. We have nothing to eat here because I needed to meal plan on Sunday and it's now Wednesday. So we have no food, no groceries, no plans for dinner. Let's go and go out to eat and then go to Target, get our ornaments and coffees, and then drive around and look at Christmas lights. So we did that last night. And while we were at Target, I'm like, why am I talking about this? Well, I mean, you know, why am I talking about this? I'll talk about whatever. I'll talk about everything. Anyways, while at Target, everything is currently 50% off in their Christmas section. I was like, what? I was like, it's not even Christmas yet. And they're already putting everything on sale. That's crazy. Okay. So the next part of this process is to add adhesive to the top part of those hinges and then to tape down my pattern paper. Yay, see? So there's one. So I'm going to add my adhesive to the top of this paper and then grab my pattern. I'm going to line it up at the bottom of the photos and then just kind of press it down onto the top. Okay, so then there's two. Next. So it's a lot easier than you think. Something like this. It's not too hard to create this. So then we're gonna line it up at the bottom. Make sure we're good on the top, press it down. And then there's number 3. I knew that was a little off. I feel like this one needs to go down a little bit further. That should be good now. Okay, yep, 3. And then one more. With the pretty floral. lining it up at the bottom. Oop. And that should be good. 4. Okay. Okay, so then when they're all down, we've got the patterns, right? And then this goes next to this believe. So cute. Okay, so let's now add my pattern or my wrapping paper to the top. I cut these down to the same size. They might be slightly off, and then I'll just trim around, but they also might be fine. Okay, so we've got that, and this one. Now, the question is, do I care about order? Maybe a little bit. I think maybe I'll go like that, and then that, and then that, and then that. Oh, they're so cute. I love these papers. They ended up being really, really cute. Okay, so we'll add some adhesive onto the underside here. The wrapping paper is also super thin, which is kind of nice for these flip ups. It's not going to add a ton of bulk on top of the paper we've already put on here, if that makes sense. Okay, so go like that. And then I just want to trim off the excess wrapping paper. And there we go. So sample 1. Okay. There we go. Sample 2. Got a little bit coming off the front side. Okay. And then number 3 is going to be Santa's. The Santa paper was my original inspiration piece. I found it, I loved it, and I was like, what can I get to go with it? That will be cute. I also like to have each person in the family has their own pattern. So the Santas are Izzy's presents. The Nutcracker scene is for JoJo. Who does this go to? I think Felice, let me make sure I say that. Felice Fiestas goes to each other. So that's like to me or Aaron. Oops. And then the plaid is for friends, family, and all of that. Aaron and I don't get a ton of gifts for each other, just a couple of things. So we just have the same wrapping paper. Okay, we'll make sure that this is the correct direction. Add that on there. Trim a little bit off the front. Okay, there we go. So we've got wrapping paper and photos. Okay, so next, this is going to go here. Let's just go ahead and add that on, because then we can judge where everything else should go. All of that. Susan, oh my gosh, I'm just now seeing that you said your grocery store has Valentine's Day stuff right now. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, yeah, I don't even know. We're always just, or at least in the consumerist world, they're always just trying to get us to go for the next thing, right? I'm thinking I'm not going to stitch that. I'm just going to leave it taped because I'm going to end up putting photos on the back here and then another one of these cards on the back. So it'll sandwich that right on there. There's no need to stitch it. So we've got that. I do want to add some stamping here. So the prompt that I pulled for this day is somewhere around here. Oh, there they are. Feeling cheerful because, or if I had had a bad day, then it would have said feeling grinchy because. And the design prompt was flip elements, which I have to be honest, I think that I actually went, if I remember right, I knew I wanted to use this for this story specifically. So I pulled out my prompt jar and just went through them until I found the flip element and pulled that out to use. One, because I don't want to do this design and then, you know, tomorrow pull out flip elements and then I do another flip thing. So it just allows me to remove it from there, which is totally something you can do if you're working with prompts. And if you have one in mind that you specifically want to use, instead of waiting for it to come up, you can just dig around and find it and pull it out and use that one, you know? You can cheat a little bit, it's fine. I mean, technically there are no rules, so it wouldn't even be cheating. So I pulled out my cheer story stamp because I was feeling cheerful. So I pulled out cheer to use for this one, and I liked the sentiment that says, hooray for this day. Let's see if that'll fit on here. Yeah, it'll fit on this. So I want to use that as a separator for my text. So I'm just going to stamp that 3 times as a repeat. So let's just take care of that. And then we'll keep going. Mallory, what are you making? Hold on, I got to find out. Making coquito. Ooh, I don't think I've ever had that for real. Like, I need to... I say that because I think maybe it's possible that we ordered it when we were at the Mexico portion of Epcot. But I really feel like we didn't have coquito, that we had, oh, I just had it in my brain. Oh, horchata, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. Coquito. I'm gonna look that up. Puerto Rican coconut eggnog. Aaron did make eggnog. So he found this guy that he loves to watch, and I wish I knew his. I will have to find the person and post it. Oops, that is crooked. Whatever, and post it in our Facebook group because I love him. I don't know his name, but it's this guy who does cooking videos on TikTok, I think, and he tests out recipes that are like old recipes and is like super flamboyant, just really, I just love him. I love his energy. It's the best thing ever. He has silly names for everything. So instead of milk, he calls it moo juice. So, you know, like adding in moo juice, and just tons of them. I think the baking powder is, he calls it floof powder. So some of the things that we're like, I'm calling it that from now on. He calls eggs eggies. It's hilarious. He's hilarious to watch. I will caveat that with there's a ton of sexual innuendos as he is making the video. So just fair heads up on that. But he did a recipe recently that was eggnog from 18 something, from the year 18 blah blah, the recipe that he found, and he talked about like how good it was. So Aaron decided, well, I'm gonna make that, and last weekend made us some homemade eggy nog from you know, 18 whatever. And it was really good. It was really good. I think, you know, there are some adjustments that he wants to make next time, but it was a good time. I'll have to find him because I don't know who he is, what this dude's name is, but man, his videos make me laugh. Okay, so we've got Hooray for This Day as my titles. And then, okay, so then I'm going to rip things off of here to use. So, for example, this cute little, I'm going to see if I can get it off. It's going to be tricky. I love this acrylic piece that says cheer. This was from Colorcast Design. It was a, I think it was like a free gift or something that she gave people who ordered in December or whatever. Okay, it did not rip off very great. So I guess yay for whatever adhesive I used. It did a good job. So what I'm going to do, oh, Millie, you know him? Okay, great. Yes. Oh my gosh, he's the best. It's the best. It's the best, best, best. So anyway, yeah, cutting. So I'm gonna have to like fussy cut this all out because that didn't come off very easy. But I don't want to waste it because it's cute. So it's almost like a cut file. All right. See how these other ones fared too, actually. So I've got 3, which these will be fine because the chipboard, it'll just remove a layer of chipboard. Okay. For you, this, I do like this thing too, because I had originally, I pulled out this wood veneer number 18, but I'm thinking that I might just add the number 18 to this piece, you know, and just like reuse it. Got another star. And then this Feliz Navidad sticker. Okay, and the rest, this can go in the garbage. All right, I'm gonna grab my chair and sit down while I cut this out. This might take me a hot second. Okay. I feel like we need to do like a recipe dump on Facebook. Like favorite recipes of the season. Put them in. Because sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, whatever you guys are making always sounds so good. And I shared some cookie recipes on Instagram, but it's one of those things that, you know, like it disappears. They go away if you share them in your stories, unless I highlighted them. I could put them in a highlight, but maybe I just need to like make a post of, you know, put your recipes here. Okay. Yeah, whatever adhesive I used, it's probably just roller adhesive that's stuck after a while. Oh, can I just scrape it? Like, if I try really hard? I I think I can, and then I don't have to cut it all off. Yes. Okay. Change of plans. I'm going to scrape this all off. Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's going to look way better. Okay. Because I couldn't quite cut it close enough. I feel like that was a tongue twister. Couldn't quite cut it close enough. Ooh, it's gonna make me sweat. All right, come on. It might have even been, I wonder if I did double-sided adhesive and roller adhesive. Okay. The nice thing is that this little title was perfect for the prompt too, you know, feeling cheerful, and it says cheer. I was like, yep, that's gonna work. Okay. Okay. 2 more letters to go. Oh, Coquito beer. Interesting. I wonder what that would taste like. Ooh, speaking of like Christmas beers. So Aaron and I last night Aaron and the kids and I for dinner last night went to this restaurant in our town called Fire Hall. So it's actually a restaurant that has gone into the old fire station. So it's got like the fire poles and you know, like the clock tower and all the things. It's a really, really, really cool restaurant. Anyway, and one of our favorites. We love it. So we went there for dinner last night because we didn't want to do fast food over fast food. And we love it there, and we just haven't been in a while. So they have a really robust beer menu. And we each got like a Christmassy beer to try. His was definitely the winner of the 2. He got a creme brulee beer. It was super good. It was very sweet. But it was really good. It was called 2 Xmas. And it was kind of like, what did they call it? Like a Christmas grog or something that you serve cold and whatever. So it's like an alcoholic thing, but it's got cinnamon and nutmeg and all these different spices, and it smells like Christmas. And we passed it around to all of us with everyone being like, yes, it smells like Christmas. It was good. It was not my favorite, but you know, it smelled like Christmas. So that made it a winner. Okay, so now it's just figuring out where to put all the little pieces. So we've got them all ready to go. Thinking stars can go there. I could put the black star up there. I could put the number down here. Let me see. What do I think? Did I have any other cute little sentiments on here? You can do this. Cheers to you. Joyful story. A cheerful thought. And this is about Zoom. So I could just do like cheerful story or joyful story on there. I kind of like that. Okay, or we could do I wonder if I've got new. What other colors do I have? This one's got blue on it. Does anything have blue on here? Yeah, that has some blue. I think those are my biggest ones. Is it gray? No. I don't really like the big wood veneer 18. I think I'd rather it be in here. What was Saturday the 18th? Or was that the 19th? Or was that Sunday? I feel like Saturday was the 17th. So I'm like, I could just stamp the date, but then it would be a lie. So I don't want to stamp a lie. Okay, so I like those. Debating. I could, no. Okay, what other tiny things do I have? So it's ultimately what I want is just like tiny little things. So I could do flower on there. You are not going to be able to see that. I feel like Santa's a little too big. New to all of you. You're not going to be able to see you. Okay, so none of that. No, I don't want a stocking. I feel like these are really chunky. No to you. Better not pout. It's kind of funny. What do we got? Embracing the chaos. We've got counting the days. Celebrate together. I don't really like the red of that one though. Happy to be home. The best gift ever. Christmas Eve. Most wonderful time. Oh, I kind of like that. Gathered together. Cup of cheer. Let me see what you guys say. It was the 17th. Okay. A gold star. That would pick up the gold. I can see. I have this one. Oh, and I have that whole book. Well, that one you can't see. But I do have this. I should pull this out. So, let's see what I've got in here. So we could do, I think those are going to be, let me pull this up so you guys can see it too. And I'm going to turn my light on because I feel like the clouds have rolled in. Okay, whew, it's better. I can see a little bit better. Okay, so labels, attachers. I don't think any of those are right. Okay, so in here, this is the first, yeah. What does this say? Celebrate, baby, it's cold outside. Those are too big. Okay. New. I've got some hearts. Those are a bit too much. Ooh, this one says, oh, what fun, and it's gold. Try that one. This one has a bunch of these. Just the two of us. Oh, what fun. Nice list. Troubles are out of sight. Bring on the cheer. Maybe, oh, what fun. These are all just gold. I do also have golden numbers, so maybe I want to do my 18 with these. What would that look like if I just went like, where are my tweezers at? Okay, so we could go, ooh. The 1 is so much smaller than the 8. Okay, I kind of like that. It brings that brown down here and some of that gold. And then it's just a question of, you know, do I want anything at the top of this? Like, I don't know. Bunch of tiny little icons. I could okay. So if not this, okay, because I like that. I like that. I like that. So far, so good. I wonder if I have I have some tiny stars. So I'm like, maybe I've got in here somewhere a little tiny, here's a pink one. It doesn't really make sense. I don't really like that either. So I'm like, maybe, I don't want to leave it blank either. Okay, so I could do this just like embracing the chaos. It blends in, but has a little bit of dimension. So I don't mind that. I've also got, what else? Like counting the days. Better not pout. I'm gonna look at it on there. See what do I think? Sometimes I wish I had like bird eye view. Or or kind of like it on the present. Okay, I'm thinking I might do this like Better Not Pout. Mostly because it's funny to me. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. Might not be, you know, the absolute best choice, but sometimes it doesn't matter. Just stick this stuff down and move on, right? All right, so I'm going to do Better Not Pout. I've had that for years. Years and years. Okay. We'll add the sticky adhesive back onto this guy again. Okay. I think that looks right. Cheer. And then this says most wonderful time. Okay. And we've got the 3 stars, which can I, oh yeah. I'm like, I can carefully add adhesive back onto these. Oops. Okay, so 1, middle. I just want them to be in a row of 3. Okay, and then this. Okay, sometimes roller adhesive is not fun. Sucks. So we'll go with my tried and true. Stick that down. All right. Okay, yay, there we go. So I'm gonna put this all back, and then I wonder if I have a home where I could just stick you down. Just Feliz Navidad. See if I've got a little area, maybe like right here. Yay. So I can save it for another time because it still has all the stick on it, right? So you might as well. All right, so put all this back, and then for this one, here's what I wrote. So I said, hooray for this day. Today was the big day, my final Saturday Patreon event of the year. Like last year, I wanted to get together virtually to wrap presents together, an annual tradition we have created. I love having company while I do things like this. The conversation always makes the day go so quickly, and it's nice to know that other people are doing the exact same thing as me all over the world. I was excited to get to work. For most of our time together, I spent the day creating a gift for Haley. I wanted to give her something special that could help her document the stories of her life in 2023, especially knowing their family is growing. I want to help her capture the early moments of parenting, of raising an infant, of learning how to be a mom, and all the milestones in between. I made her 6 DIY mini kits for a Project Lifestyle album, one for each month, January through June. For 4 hours, we crafted, chatted, wrapped, and laughed together. These events have become such a joy for me through the years because it's just a bunch of crafty friends spending time with each other. I love that while the community may have started as a way to build my own community, it's become something so much bigger and more wonderful. I'm so grateful for the friendships formed here and look forward to the ones to come in 2023. So then, if you didn't see the construction of this at the beginning, when these flip up, we've got some wrapping paper samples from the wrapping paper I used this year, and then pictures from our wrapping party Zoom call. So I just included any of the pictures where the cameras were on, because we always have some folks that come to hang out in the chat, and that's totally fine. with all of the live Zoom stuff, you never have to turn your camera on. You never have to turn your audio on. You can just sit and listen in, or not audio, microphone. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, you can just come, sit, listen, jump in the chat box when that feels like fun, or don't if it doesn't. You know, it's like super low key that you just participate in the way that feels best to you. All right, so there we go. So that is day 18. So now we're gonna flip this and do day 19. I also have the little tiny photos printed, but I'll do those later. Just don't let me forget, because I'll probably forget now that I put it up there. Okay, get some things off of my table here. Actually, I'm gonna put some stuff away. I like to start fresh with each new design. It just helps me keep my brain functioning in the way I want it to function, I suppose. All right, so you can put this back over here. My wrapping paper samples I don't need to keep anymore, because I've already done what I need to do. And then these are all those papers that I cut down. Okay. And then, whoops. Okay, and then that's gonna be the next one. So, for the next story, I am documenting a day in the life style story. So I pulled the prompt, where it literally says day in the life / time-based story, and then grid layout. Again, I cheated and I went into my jar and found grid layout, because I knew I was going to be working with a grid and I might as well use that prompt on a day I was going to use that design. Okay, so we've got that. I've got my little photo for later. This was a super basic day where I didn't do a whole lot. I mostly worked. I did write out my journaling on this card here, or I typed it out and printed it on my computer. So I've got 8 different lines of text here, and in between them, I'm going to stamp with my roller time stamp that I just need to find. It's right here. So roller timestamp is going to go in between all of those different hours. Then I've got 8 photos that represent the 8 different portions of my journaling. I pulled out 2 different types of paper here. This is the vellum from last year, that vellum stripe that I already used part of it for the tag earlier this year. So I'm thinking about maybe using that. Or I have a cutoff piece. This is from the paper that looks like that. So this is just the edge. And so I have potentially pulled this aside to use as the separator that's going to go in between my journaling and the photos, because all of these 3x8s were punched on the left-hand side, and I think a lot of the papers in general are punched on this side, or designed to be punched on this side. And the problem with that is when you're working on the other side, it does create some design conflicts, right? So for this one, what I'm going to do is cut that off. So I'm just going to remove the hole punch side, or portion, right? Just totally trim it off to create my straight line. So then I can, so it did not cut super cleanly. Might be time for me to change out that blade. Okay, so we've got that trimmed down. So then, to build this on here, I left enough space to hole punch it on the opposite side. So I can add this in right here. But then we're gonna have that section removed, right? Where I now need to fill it in with pattern. So I'm debating between the two. So it's either going to be this stripe one, which is really cute, right? So there's that one. Or I'm going to do the red and white stripe next to it, which is also really cute, you know. And there's that one. So either way, it's going to work. So here we go. So let's go ahead, cut out all of these 2x2s. Hi, Caitlin. I just saw that you're here. How's your week going? I feel like it's been ages since we've talked. We go through spurts, Caitlin and I, sometimes where we're chatting a whole lot and other times where a lot of time goes by before we've caught up with each other. And this time of year is nuts, right? So I feel like it's been a while. So let's do that. What was I going to say though? I don't remember. I was talking about something and I have forgotten. Anyway, cutting these apart. Step 1. Oh, that one cut really thin. Whoops. All right. Now, this I'm actually going to keep because I can print another 3x4 on that. I'm not going to do anything too special to the photos themselves. They're just going to go in. Oh, what fell off? The one thing about the Paisley Press mini kits that have adhesive on them is the adhesive is not very strong. Anybody else notice that? So I guess I'll just add more. Okay. So photos, let's figure out where these go. Okay. Oh, you know what? I have it pulled up, so I can do it that way. So I've got a picture of my car from when I dropped the kids off at our family friend's house, so Uncle Phil and Aunt Sue's house, because they watched the kids for the day on Monday. Maybe while I'm doing this at the same time, we can date stamp them. And I wrote down the dates or the times, right? So 9 a.m., I want to say, and these are estimates. They are not exact numbers. I think they're all going to be even, but just know, you know, like it probably was 9:11 or who knows. Wait, that's going to say 9 minutes. No. 0. I need the 9 here. 9 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this just kind of in the middle. So there's 9 a.m. Then it's going to be 10 a.m. And then it's going to be 1 p.m. And then 2 p.m. And then 5 p.m. Oh, 6. Yeah, 6. And then 8. And then 11. I wrote 12, but I actually want it to be 11. 11 p.m. Okay, so there's my timestamps. Now, now I can use that to help me tell the story of these different photos, because I couldn't remember order. Anyway. Okay, so here we go. So we've got the car, which represents, here, I'll read the journaling as I put them in. So this one I said, dropped the kids off at Uncle Phil and Aunt Sue's for the day. They were excited. And then next will be the coffee mug. So I said, okay, oh, you're kind of, need to trim you. I just shoved that in there. You know what? It's fine. I totally shoved that in there, but it's fine. So I've got this little mug and I said, back home and back to work. Today I updated my planners and journals for the week. Then I've got this picture of my iPad on my table. And that one I said, Monday coffee hour for the win. Love these crafty friends and the bonds we've formed. Next I have this picture, which was a screenshot that Deb took during my live on Monday. Because I was like, take a picture of me. It's a screenshot. So it's like me on YouTube. And I said, worked on my December daily pages live on Patreon. Loved putting together day 15. Then I have just me in the studio, selfie picture. I said, took photos and wrapped up my projects before getting the kids with Aaron. Then I've got a picture of Aaron and the kids up in the McDonald's play thing because we took the kids to McDonald's for dinner because, like I said, I was supposed to have meal planned on Sunday. It is currently Wednesday and I just finally did it, so we had no food. So took the family to McDonald's for dinner and the kids played in the jungle gym. Then I've got a picture of Aaron reading a book to the kids. And for this one, I said, Aaron read a Christmas book to the kids and we laid down with the kids at bedtime. And then the last one is a picture of my budget book, my daily journal, my planner, all of those things. And I said, stayed up late working on my planner journal budget for next year. I love planning. And I do. It's been so fun. So I've got just the like everyday, they're totally everyday things that I do. So nothing super Christmassy, except I have a gingerbread mug. And like my planner spread or my daily journal spread is Christmassy in the picture. And Aaron's reading a Christmas book. But, you know, it's like, that could very well just be in any album. Okay, so now the question is, what pattern do I want to use? Do I want to do the red, which is pretty cute, or do I want to do the colorful one? For my number, I have a couple different things for my number. I pulled out this plastic one that's yellow, thinking like maybe I could throw it on top of the transparency somewhere, but nope, I don't like that. So no to you. And then I've got two small ones. So I have this pink one, which I'm also thinking is a nope. So I think I'll just go with the 19 and maybe put it on the YouTube picture. Or it could go down here. Hold on, let's check this out. I could just put it down here so that it looks like the whole story I'm going to. 19 is going right there. Okay. What do I want to do? Do I want to do colorful or red? Thinking I might just go with the red, and I'll save the colorful vellum for another day, another time. It's one of my favorite vellums of all time, so I will use each and every little tiny piece of it I can get. Okay, so then I'm going to take my score tape once again, apply another strip here, just so that we get that really strong hold, and then we'll add roller adhesive to the rest. Okay. Oh, and I probably should put a little bit there as well. Okay. So we'll go red stripe. Also probably a good move because you totally would have been able to see the adhesive under the vellum. So the correct choices were made. Okay. And then we'll add this on here. So I'm going to line it up with the whole punched side. And stick that all down. That looks awesome. And then I just need to hole punch this and story 19 will be done. So a very quick, simple one this time. Just filling pockets, right? And writing down words. Okay, so there we go. There is number 19. Yay. Yeah, I think that was awesome. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. And let's grab out story number 20. So the last one for today. Which is going to be another fun one. So things everywhere. No, you I want. You I can toss all of this. Okay. Okay, somewhat cleaned. Okay, so for story number 20, this one I've talked about a couple times already, where last week on Friday, I did a little like half-hour discussion with Amy Gretchen about our progress on December Daily, which have been really fun. So I talked with Deneen the first Friday in December. Amy was last Friday. This Friday, obviously, we're taking off because it's Christmas Eve. No, it's not. It's my Christmas Adam party. And then next week, I'm supposed to be talking with Allie about wrapping up December Daily and, you know, lessons learned, things we're looking forward to next year, that sort of thing. So really looking forward to that, because even though I've been doing the Instagram lives and Facebook lives for Allie Edwards Design Inc. since April, it's a lot, you know, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So 9 months I've been doing the live stuff for them. I have yet to have Allie on anything. I haven't, she hasn't been on any of the story chats. You know, we haven't done any live one-on-one things at all, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's actually, that was one of my goals for story chat, was to get some different people on there and open up the floor to a lot of people and make it less about Allie and more about the community telling stories. Now, I am hoping to get her to come and talk to me for the story chat in January, for the first one of January, but I haven't asked her yet, so fingers crossed she'll do it. Anyway, so on that call with Amy Gretchen, we were talking about like just stuff that you can add into your album. So it could be like a grocery list that you write down that you could just throw into your album that tells a story, and it could be something really interesting in years to come to look back on. It could be, you know, a drawing that a child makes that they bring home. It could be a bookmark, you know, that you're using to save your place in the books that you read this year. There's so many different types of ephemera things that you could add in. And she was talking about, I don't know what made me think of it. It must have been the list, like just writing down lists of things. And it really made me think about my daily journal that I have been using. I talked about this yesterday. I'll bring it back up so you guys can see what it is. For those of you who weren't here, or it's, you know, it might be easier to see on my desk. So in the month of, I think it was October, I started using it. In the month of October, I wanted to try out the daily passion planner. I had been using the weekly passion planner since August, so August and September. And I found that while I loved the weekly format of the Passion Planner, here, let me show you that one too if I've got it up here. I do. While I love the weekly format of planning out my whole week, so like here's a blank one, right? This is the weekly format. So it's a time-based planner. It goes from 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. I had never used a time-based planner before, and I loved using it on here, but I needed to keep what I was putting on here more general because I have work, I have kids who also have school, and then there's the house stuff, you know, taking care of the house, cooking the dinners. What is Aaron doing? When is he home? When is he not home? So this filled up very quickly. So like here is the current week that I'm working on. But some weeks it's packed. It's jam-packed, right? I've been playing with different ways of using this. So I've got some that are a little more plain, some that are more filled. I'm going to try out some planner kits next year that have like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what style I like the best, what combination of products I like the best with these. But this was my day, right? So if I was going to say, oh, what am I doing? Where's Wednesday? What am I doing on Wednesday? Then I've got, you know, oh, the kids are going to my mom's house and I should be working here. And I've got my craft with me live at this point. And then I have nothing currently in the evening. So I can see bird's eye view. Here's what's happening today. But what I found was that I was still struggling to figure out, you know, where do I write down the things that I want to get done in a day? Because this doesn't really give me room for that. So then I looked up their daily planner. And the cool thing about Passion Planner is they offer free printables for every page of every journal or planner. So you can actually download the free ones, print them off yourself, try them out for a period of time before purchasing any of the actual books. For the last 3 months, I've been doing the daily Passion Planner in little booklet forms. So I print the pages. This is next week. I print the pages from home, double-sided, right? And then I can fold them in half for 7 days. And this becomes my week, my planner for the week. What I love about the dailies is there's lots of room for stuff that's happening throughout the day. So I've got that same time-based, let me give you a blank page, the same time-based planning, but I can be much more specific in here, saying, you know, what time am I going to wake up? What am I going to do after I wake up? When do the kids wake up? When do I need to take them to school? You know, what are the hours that I'm going to be working? And, you know, where does dinner fit in? What do I need to do after dinner? All that kind of stuff goes in the time-based versus the more bird's eye view from here. So I will reference my weekly when filling out my daily. Then there's a space to put in what are 5 work to-dos that I'd like to get done this day? What are 5 personal to-dos that I'd like to get done this day? Once I have these filled out, what is the one thing out of all of this that if I only get that one thing done, I'm going to feel accomplished? And I will choose that and then write out 3 like micro steps in order to get that done. There's a today's focus, which I do once I've got all of this filled out. I say, okay, now that I've got all this filled out, what is the thing that I'd like to focus on the most over the course of this day? In this area, there's just some blank space. I write in my chores and my habits. And then one thing that I can do for self-maintenance that day, and the rest of it you fill out at the end of the day. So best thing that happened today, I learned today in 1 word, and my mood, my general overarching mood for the day. And then there's this huge space here to write down whatever I need to write down that day. So this has become my planner system. This is what I use every single day. So I've got, like, here is Monday. I color code them, you know, so different colors mean different things. I've got, you know, here's yesterday, here's today, and different things take priority. So sometimes my focus is reset and plan ahead. Sometimes my focus is, you know, be present and enjoy time with the family today. I love this as a very clear indication of what am I doing throughout the day, throughout the week. What are the things that are important to me? What am I actually getting done versus what am I planning to get done? Because we're at the end of the year, I've also got a lot of, like, here's my meal plan that I haven't done yet. I can fill it in now because now I know what it's going to be. But like I'm projecting out different things that I need to get done for the new year. And what a cool thing to look back on. You know, like, what was I planning for in the end of December? So I have 4 more days to go. I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then this is going to be part of story 20. Okay, so I wanted to show you this so you could see that this is what my story is today, is this. For next year, I did purchase the actual journal. So instead of printing my own booklets, I'm going to be using the actual journal next year, or the book itself. So it's the same exact thing that I've been doing. It's just in a book form, which I prefer. But I didn't want to purchase this until I knew for sure that, 1, it was something I wanted to do, and 2, it was something I could keep up with. So I've proven that to myself, and therefore I bought the books. Okay, so this is what we are working on today. So, and the prompt for this one that also I was like, yes, this is going to be the day for it, is I pulled this one that says on my phone or on my list. And since this is basically, 7 days of lists, that's where I was like, yeah, that works perfect for it. I did also pull out the design prompt envelopes. And while what we're making today is not technically an envelope, it is a pocket, I have decided that it still counts as an envelope because I made it from packaging. And while it was maybe a box and not an envelope, I don't care. So the box that I showed you earlier, this one, that I had cut all apart and created usable things from it. Some of the pieces I left as just like paper that I could use. This would have been maybe like the top where it closed potentially, because it had this little like divot here that you could pull it open. And I think it was already folded here potentially. I don't know. But when I got this box, I turned it into a pocket. I added a little bit of red line tape right here and here. And now it's a pocket, right? Made out of packaging. So I'm going to use this pocket. I've had it in my stash for at least 1 year, maybe 2 years, because I don't remember what year this was, maybe 2 years ago. But that's going to be the pocket envelope that this is going to live inside of. Okay, so what we're doing is we are going to create a foundation for the pocket to live on, and then we're going to create a cover, a cute little cover for my planner. And that's going to be the story for today. So I did go ahead and write out some journaling here because I wanted to tell the story that I just told you about how I discovered Passion Planner, why I've been using this system, and all that kind of stuff. Similar to what we did before, I'm going to adhere the journaling page, this 3x8 page, onto one of the 7x8 1/4 papers. This was from, I believe, the December's Past kit. It's just a really nice light wood grain, and I like how it looks with this pocket on top of it. So we'll add the pocket to the paper to the card so that it all goes into the album, and then the journal here, this will go into that pocket. It is going to be cut down a little bit because it doesn't need to be so big, but it's all going to hold on to the things. Okay, so let's start with the foundation. Let's start there, I think. Or actually, no, we're going to start with the pocket itself. I do want to add a little bit of extra cuteness to this thing. So what I want to do is use this same trim that's made its appearance a couple of times. Yeah, this should work. Deciding if this was too thick, but I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to add score tape right at the top of the pocket here. And then we'll put the felt on top of that. Wait, what did, oh, you can't open it. I was like, what did your sister get you? Oh, that's so fun. Okay, well, you only have like how many days left? 4 days? I think there's only 4 days left, and then you can see it. That's so cool. Okay, so we're adding this to the top here. Yay, it's so cute. I love this trim. I just love it. It is the cutest. I wish I had more colors. I have green, I have red. I wish there was a white and a black and a gold. that'd be fantastic. Thank you, Target. Please make that happen. So we've got that. I'm also going to put this number 20, the wood veneer, I think this was from last year, on the pocket front to designate this as story 20. I'm really excited because this year, I know for the most part we'll get money for, I think, the majority of our Christmas presents from family, which is not a bad thing. And my birthday is 4 days after Christmas. So the 29th is my birthday. I'll be 35 this year. Just crazy. And I'm always so excited for after my birthday, because that's when I've got all of my birthday and Christmas money that I can then go and stock up on all the different things. Like, I need to get a 12 by 12 album from scrapbook.com. I could probably use some more tape from them, page protectors from them, but I'm not going to buy anything until after the holidays. So I'm excited. Can't wait. Cannot wait for that. Okay, so one of the things I want to see is let me just get I'm going to get a plain, well, not a plain, but a piece of paper from a past collection that is the same size, because yeah, I'm like, this is going to be slightly smaller, which is not a big deal, than the outside of the page protector 10 by 8. And that's fine. If I could make it the same size, though, I would have finagled it to make it the same size, but I don't need to. So what we'll do is we'll add this on to the paper. I'm gonna really stick this sucker down because it's some thick paper. So we're gonna make sure that it stays, and it's gonna hold that planner in it, so it'll be heavy too. Usually when something is heavy, I try to add more adhesive so that it definitely stays stuck. I have on my docket a video to do at some point, hopefully maybe next week. That's all about my planner system for next year. So just as a PS, if that's something that intrigues you, then I'll have a video that will go a little bit more into depth on it. Hopefully before January, but if not, then in January. Sometimes it's just hard to find the time for it all. Okay, this one I am also just going to stick with tape. I forget what goes on the back of this. Actually, never mind. I remember what goes on the back of this. And it technically, it technically is the full 10 by 8. Okay, so then that makes me wonder. I think I could still make it work. Okay, here's a sneak peek of what's coming tomorrow. I already designed this, so let me see real quick if I can make this work without, how much do I have to cut off? So if it's like there, I think what I'll have to do is cut off a little bit of the Merry and Bright, although, yeah, probably. You'd be more like there. I don't think that's enough space, although maybe it is. No. Okay, so I'll have to slightly trim down this page, but it actually shouldn't be too bad. Okay. It'll be fine. I just want to make sure I'm not going to ruin what I've got coming tomorrow. Okay. Put that back. All right. So I want the score tape that is skinnier, the 1/8 of an inch. There you are. Okay. And then that full paper will adhere to the back of this, so it will hold it even more secure once we have tomorrow's done. Okay, then I'm gonna get my head in here a little bit, sorry. I think like right there should be good. Okay. Yes, so then tomorrow, the full page photo or the full page pattern will go on top of that. All right, so there we go. We've got this pocket. Now, what I'm going to do for the journal itself or the planner itself is, number one, we need to cut it down because it's a little too tall. It doesn't need to be that tall. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to trim it right. I think I'll trim off like 1/4 of an inch off the top. And 1/4 of an inch, maybe not quite 1/4, maybe like that off the bottom. Okay, and then that'll be good because then that will go into the pocket and it shouldn't poke out of the top too far. Right, so if I've got this, it goes in here. See, it fits in there real nice. Yay. Okay, so now I also pulled out this paper. So this is like a house paper from the travel collection. I thought this one was really cute. I didn't get the main collection papers. They just never made their way here, and that's totally fine. Because of that, I don't have the cool house paper that came with that kit. So this is kind of my own, my own version of that. But also I really like the neutral brown colors. So I'm going to just make a mark where I need to trim this one down, maybe like a little bit higher than the book itself. And then I already scored it in half when I was debating on if this is something I wanted to do. be right there. Okay. And then that will go on top of this once I am done with it, once this week is over. So it'll go like that. I also really loved this, May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. And it goes on top of the page, this house page. It's beautiful. So I want to do that, and I want to put this star up at the top as well. And that will essentially complete this. But I also want to make sure or see if the May Your Days Be Merry and Bright, if that's at the bottom. So if I adjust it here and it goes down inside, then the whole sentiment will be visible. Cool. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to stitch this puppy on here. Because it's not, if it was like a full thing, I could fold it and staple that on, but I can't do that. So I will just machine stitch it, and that will work. Okay, so I think like right there is the right spot. So we'll grab my handy dandy binder clips to hold the plastic on. I'll grab over my machine and we'll stitch that down onto the page. I currently have green in, and I do not want green. I think what I'll do is use gold on the top, which we all know I have a love-hate with the gold. But thinking maybe I can do gold on the top and maybe yellow on the bottom. That could work. Oops. Let's give that a try. Okay. So gold. It might hate going through the transparency, but you know, where there's a will, there's a way. And I have the will, so my machine will find a way. Take this out too. Oh, that's weird, Risa, that they're doing a BOGO on their weekly. Like, why would you need 2 weeklies? I know some people use 2 because they might have like one for work or school or whatever and one for regular life, but still. They should do a BOGO for like just planners in general. Okay, we got the yellow, we got the gold. Now, I need my petals. And we'll get this thing going. Originally, I was just gonna stick this thing into the pocket and call it done, but it's not super pretty. It doesn't have to be pretty though, so like, you know, you can do as I say and not as I do and just stick it in there and call it done. But I want mine to be pretty, so that's where the idea of making a cover for it came from. Okay, so I'm gonna get this started up here, I think, in this top corner. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna stitch this on. It is going to be loud and noisy, so fair warning. Sip of coffee before I go. All right. Let's do this. All right, yay. All in one go. That's a miracle. That's a Christmas miracle for you. Okay. So let's kick all that out of the way. Oh, green. Did I miss? You back in your container. Okay, so then I just need to trim the extra plastic. Ooh, hey friends. Ooh, how long was that frozen for? Hey, was that frozen for a long time? I wonder if it's because I was running my machine. I wonder if that's what it did. Anyway, here is that page done. Oh, I wonder if it's the machine causing the issue. I looked up and it was blurry. Mallory, it was, my phone had turned off, so it was doing that turn off thing. And I'm wondering now if it's because of my sewing machine pulling energy. Maybe. Also, I don't know. That's weird. Okay, but anyway, so here is this. I don't know where that froze, but I added the little thing up at the top. I have the sewing done. May your days be merry and bright. Right, looks cute. Goes into the pocket here. And then I'm just going to add photos onto this. I have 3 photos to add on. And we can put everything into the book. When I started trimming the threads. Okay, so right after. Weird. I don't know why it did that. Last time what I had to do, and luckily we're at the end of the day today, so we're just going to wrap up here. But the last time this happened, I had to turn my phone all the way off and back on for it to stop doing that. Okay, so I've got that. And this one goes in here. So I'm getting more bulk on the outer edges, right? Still blurry. I'm not blurry for me. Is anybody else still blurry? Okay, weird. Okay, that was my phone being like, why are you still live right now? Okay, anyway, so we've got here, we've got the book where I just stuck that on there. That was that. And then we'll have tomorrow's story, which will be what, 21? So I have 5 more stories to get into here, 5. We can see maybe, just maybe, I can do 1 album this year. If not, then it'll be 2, you know, less full albums. All right. Okay, so there's all of that. We're gonna close this back up, although it's pretty darn full. Anyway, with 5 to go, we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna put that over here. I've got my little photos to add, and then that's it. Where did I put my trimmer? Did I never get that out? No, I did. Where did I put you? There it is. There it is. Okay, you, I already had trimmed out. Yay. Although, yeah, it needs it a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. And then this one, I have a picture of printing photos from one day. So photos coming out of my printer because it was a heavy work day. That would have been Sunday when we were at home and being lazy. And by lazy, I mean, you know, we just didn't go out and do anything. And then this is the picture from one of the selfies I took in my studio. So it's just a representation of getting work done. Is that? No, more. Keep peeking at my phone here for a little bit until I trust it. But we're almost done anyways. Okay, so I got that. And then yesterday, while we were out and about doing Christmas lights, we stopped at a place. We have this franchise here in our town. It's new, the location, called Crumble Cookies. And they just are a cookie shop, and they're so good. So we went there yesterday and got cookies before coming back home. So I have a picture of the cookies from Crumble Cookies. So, and maybe a little bit off the side, and then this is good to go. Just stick them all in. Okay. Now I can put you away. Okay, so. Oh, do you guys have crumble cookies too? Yes. Oh, they're so good. And they do. They change. So this time we had, we got the Snickerdoodle, which was amazing. That's probably my favorite of the bunch, was the Snickerdoodle. And we got an eggnog one, which was our least favorite. And we got a it's called a frozen hot chocolate, which was probably my second least favorite. And then just the birthday cake, but it had holiday sprinkles on it. And that one was so good. Okay, there we go. So these can go back in the pocket. This is turning out so cute. So I'll still have all the way to Sunday. I don't know if I will carry it through the end of the year. That would be kind of cool though. So maybe I will, but definitely through to Christmas. Okay. So there we go. There's that. All right, friends, that is that. Those are my layouts for today. So tomorrow we're going to be back one last time this week. 2:00 p.m. So a little bit later than normal, 2 o'clock. And then we're going to work on story number 21, and that'll be that. And then I won't see you until after Christmas. So if you are able to be here tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. If you are not able to be here tomorrow, then wishing you some happy holidays in the days ahead. Hope you have a fantastic... Okay, so it froze like when I said bye. So, okay. Bye. Bye.